Hey ChatGPT, generate an African buffalo habitat for me. Well, here's what it did. It's certainly interesting, features a lot of buffalo, but I thought I can work with this, I can use this, so here is what I did. This habitat consists of two large half circles, one of them a more dry rocky zone, the other being a interesting eye level perspective for the guests of their drinking, their watering hole, right? Underneath the already built restaurant here is a sort of private section. In this habitat you will find the African buffalo, the Cape buffalo, also a group of Springbok, an interesting overhead view there, mud baths, you will find sunscreens there, and these rather cool dramatic faux rock structures, which at one point during building this had a rather more suggestive shape to them, so I promptly had to edit aspects of this out. In general, it was interesting building this for this iconic animal, which has been in the game for a long time, was remastered. I will tell you more about that during the speed build. Here comes one of them walking past, of course, a famous iconic animal, which, you know, deserves another speed build, another refreshing new look at it. So let me show you what I did in this very heavily sped up speed build. The African buffalo is known for being one of the big five, right? And the big five is, of course, perhaps a bit uncomfortably referring to the fact that they were hunted very often, and that the five main animals for people to go out and kill and boast with that they killed them, one of them was the African buffalo. Nowadays, perhaps that definition has been cleaned up a bit, and to me this is one of the five cool, big, iconic African animals. It is a animal, interestingly, a bovine, which has not been domesticated. They have a temperament, they are unpredictable, they are aggressive, they're dangerous animals, fierce animals that defend themselves fiercely against the many threats that surround them in Africa. The Springbok, on the other hand, is a very much not threatened animal, living more to the south, the southern part of Africa. Very much not threatened, millions of them living, and in fact their population is even rising a little bit. While we build the wall here, you might have seen that the African buffalo will look a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. That is because it is a remaster, meaning that one of the Planet Zoo mothers, Gaboy, has slightly edited the texture, the shape, the size of this creature to look a bit more realistic, a bit more detailed than the original base game animal. I was afraid of mods for quite some time. I thought this will break my game, I will ruin all of my hard work, but I have since realized that modding Planet Zoo is not only very simple, very easy, but also very rewarding. Not just for the remasters, which offer new looks at some animals that could have used some more love when making them, but perhaps more importantly, the new animal mods. You get what is essentially free DLC, hundreds of new animals, some of which are sorely lacking in the game, and I have become, you know, since really starting that adventure, kind of addicted to doing Nexus mod raids and getting new animals for my game. And it's very easy to install if you follow the right steps. If you use mods yourself, tell me in the comments, what are your favorite mods? What are your favorite remasters? Perhaps you don't like using them? Tell me why, tell me your reasoning. It's of course a single player game, you do with your game whatever you will. You will find that I've also included in this speed build a bit of finishing up for surrounding areas, as this zoo is obviously a still work in progress and lots of things have already been built before I started this YouTube adventure. Other parts of this build will remain unfinished deliberately because I'm planning a cool thing at the other end of this habitat. You'll see the open zone there will become something, and I will tell you and show you that very soon. Here we are building the platform above what will be the shelter, the very much bare bone shelter. As I told you in my previous video, I'm not finishing the inside of shelters here, because already this zoo is starting to show some wear and tear in terms of the frame rate. I guess I have to get a new PC, right? I guess this is a good impetus to get a new PC. I'm stealing some of the sunscreens from the restaurant here to add some well-needed shade for the guests. And I'm also stealing some benches because I'm too lazy to recolor them straight from the menu. These plants are blueprints. I will share in the description who made these amazing potted plants. In fact, I think I use a couple of blueprints in here. I'll share all of those in the comments. Painting the terrain to get a more varied look, some dirt, some grass. Finishing up the viewing zone. I was a bit chaotic when building this, jumping all over the place. That's my style. I cut out a lot of looking back and forth just to save you the confusion. I know I'm already going quite fast. Adding attached roof. This part of the zoo is deliberately a mixture of faux rocks, Roman influences and traditional African influences. This part of the zoo is called the Roman rocks. So limestone, but also a lot of rockwork, a lot of wood, and thatched roofs is the theme of this habitat. Right, painting the roof the right color here. And then we start placing these faux rock towers. As you can see, that's the general shape here. I changed it around a little bit, the shape, but you get some spoilers what it looked like. You know, you don't need to tell me what. Yeah, you don't need to tell me what parts of this these rock shapes look like. Just to make it look more realistic, I always add lots of these faux rock collections around larger structures. In general, it gives your habitats a very rugged, textured look, and I really like that. The grass, the flat grass, I'm completely moved beyond that. You need to add something that adds shadow, that adds texture, that adds realism. In actual zoos, you will find that the ground is littered with rocks and stones and dead branches. You don't just get fields of grass. Having said that, the African buffalo is a base game animal. Its hitboxes, its traversable terrain is not optimal, so it cannot actually walk over a lot of these rocks. This is my favorite plant. I'm adding it everywhere. Alright, for now I'm gonna stay silent and let you enjoy the rest of the speed build. I will see you when the build is finished. See you soon.
Buffalo Sprinkbok, Buffalo Speedbuild, Yellow Buffalo Springbok Speedbuild, Buffalo Speedbuild, Springbok, African buffalo.
And there we go. That is this habitat finished. The AI picture, which I based it on, I didn't quite follow the whole thing, but I guess it served as an interesting source of inspiration. That is how I tend to use AI, as a source of inspiration, a way for me to be creative. If you followed this channel for a little bit, you know that I'm also experimenting with generating a specific kind of music with AI, and that is an interesting segue into my new subject, the final subject for this video. I'm trying to experiment with a schedule for this channel. I have a lot of content I want to make, but I'm aware, of course, that I can't just keep dropping videos every day, and I also have to make you guys know what to expect. So I'm going to try and include a schedule where I post Planet Zoo videos twice a week on Monday and Wednesday. That's the general idea, and that on other days, probably like Friday, Saturday, I will be posting music, right? Or on other days. Sunday is a wildcard day. On Sunday I'm going to try and do different content, maybe another video game, maybe a video about why I am playing around with AI music, what my goals are, what my thoughts are on using this scary but also intoxicatingly fun technology. So I'll be sure to let you know if I want to make that video and tell you all about it. So expect Planet Zoo twice a week, speed builds, but also a zoo tour, walking tour. Maybe I'll do tours of other people's zoos. In fact, if you have a zoo that you would like to showcase on my channel, why not? Send me the file, send me the link on the workshop, and I will check out your zoo. Actually, I think that's a great idea. Here is a final look at one of the two inhabitants in this build, an animal that deserves some love and some respect, the Springbok, and a look here at the African buffalo, beautifully remastered by Gaboy, as I've said. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and as always, like this video if you like to see more of this type of content. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to do next, what you think about the schedule, where do you want this channel to go. Thank you so much for watching. I'm having so much fun with this channel at the moment, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Thank you for watching.